Night settled differently now. After the Eclipse Armada's retreat, the sky held a faint golden residue. It wasn't sunlight, but the echo of Solarius's clash with the Void Sea. A brilliant bruise that served as a constant reminder. Dawn was defended, but not secured. I stood atop the solar bastion, the new citadel rising over our city. My dreads, still impossibly long, flowed behind me like rivers of stitched light. The scars burned into them during the Void Seed implosion glowed softly, forming celestial maps, warnings only I and Zarin could read. The wound in my solar core pulsed. Some days it throbbed like a cracked sun. Tonight, it was a warning. From every corner of the world, people had gathered: scientists, fighters, monks, scholars forming what we called the Solar Order. They trained in the shadow of the bastion, learning to channel microcurrents of solar energy through heliocrystals Saran had salvaged from ancient Nurian relics. For the first time, humanity could wield traces of my power. But it was risky. Recruits fatigued quickly. Some burned their hands. A few even passed out, drawing the smallest fragment of light into themselves. Still, they made progress. A young engineer named Kamari stabilized a handheld helioconduit, letting regular humans fire controlled solar blasts. A monk, Brother Imani, created a solar shield around himself that held for a full 5 seconds, a new record. I watched them from above, filled with pride, but also a coiling fear. The Eclipse Armada wouldn't hold back next time. Training wasn't enough. We needed something more. Across the rift, in the broken heart of a dying galaxy, Necrox stood before a sphere of pulsing anti-light. His remaining generals trembled at the edge of a great pit. The Void Seed failed, one whispered. It wounded him. Necrox corrected, and wounds invite infection. He held out his hand, and the sphere cracked open, spilling dark, heavy tendrils. This, Necrox growled, is the Umbra Core, the heart of a collapsed star, inverted through time. It will carve a channel through the Sunborn's power. It will cut him from his star. His generals bowed in terror. When we return, Solarius will kneel. Back on Earth, I meditated atop the bastion's highest spire, trying to steady the burn in my solar core. But I felt something else, a pull, a whisper of metal singing across space, a forgotten heartbeat. Zarin appeared beside me, her eyes wide. You sense it? Yes, I said. What is it? Her voice trembled with reverence. The Sunforge. My eyes narrowed. Explain. It was the Nurians' greatest creation, a living star, imprisoned within armor. It amplifies the Sunborn beyond natural limits, but none of us ever survived wearing it. Its power requires a core strong enough to hold a star. I looked at my scarred hands, and you think mine is? I don't know, she said honestly. But the Sunforge only awakens when the universe faces extinction. I stood, my cape rippling like a storm of dawn. Then we find it. The Sunforge was buried deep beneath the Atlantic Trench, sealed in a Nurian vault. Zarin and I plunged into the abyss, my aura boiling the water around us. Miles down, our light hit the Volta, colossal golden sphere, inscribed with symbols that shifted like living scripture. I pressed my palm against its surface, and it peeled back like petals, revealing a chamber lit by a single hovering armor. It was black as a starless night, trimmed in solar gold and alive with the hum of a caged sun. The Sunforge, it turned toward me as if it had been waiting. Zarin whispered, "Solomon, be careful." I stepped forward. The armor opened. It seemed to say, not in words, but in the vibration of my bones, "Bear the sun, or be burned by it." I entered. The Sunforge sealed around me and screamed. The ocean exploded with light as I erupted upward, streaking like a newborn comet. The Sunforge had accepted me, but it was not gentle. My dreads blazed brighter, threaded with strands of pure white flame. My eyes burned like two tiny suns. My cape became a sheet of living daylight. Zarin followed, shielding herself. "Solomon, your core, how does it feel?" I hovered above the sea, chest heaving. "It hurts," I admitted, "but I can bear it." I looked up and froze. The sky cracked. Rifts tore open across the atmosphere, hundreds of them spilling ships larger and darker than before. The Eclipse Armada had returned. At their center rose the flagship, restored and mutated. And above it all, hovering like a god of famine, Necrox now fused with the Umbra core. Zarin's breath stopped. "Oh no." "Solomon." Necrox's voice rolled across the world. "Sunborn, I return not for battle, but for ascension." Veins of swirling antilight pulsed across his armor. "My Umbra core will devour your star. Your light will starve. Your world will dim." My long, blazing dreads snapped back with the force of my rising power. The Sunforge armor tightened. My solar core pulsed like a furious heartbeat. I rose to meet him. We hovered in the stratosphere, our armies spread behind us like a cosmic mural of light versus void. I spoke first. "You came for my world before. You failed." Necrox grinned, his eyes swirling black. "I did not come for your world this time." He raised a hand of swirling shadow. "I came for you." The Umbra core ignited. Our clash was immediate, collision of sun and abyss that split the clouds and shook continents. And below, the solar order watched, knowing the fate of our world was now held in the burning palms of one man.